How is it that a handful of angry voices seem to control the public debate on any number of critical issues? Think about it. A bunch of wannabe radicals camp out in a few parks, commit vandalism, shut down businesses, and all of a sudden we hear that they are the 99%. Or look at the gay rights movement. In just a few years, a so-called movement representing less than 5% of the nation's population has now made it impossible for the advocates of traditional marriage and the family to speak out publicly without being labeled as bigots. How do we explain this? Well, 3 decades ago, Elizabeth Noel Newman, who was a German, coined the expression, the spiral of silence. Noel Newman watched what happened to Hitler. She describes those years, how people were silenced in debates. Because people tend to remain silent when they simply don't want to be out of step with what they perceive to be the conventional wisdom. I say perceived to be because often the acceptable opinion is actually a minority one. Its dominance flows from the way in which it is presented by the media and strong-willed advocates. But folks, the spiral of silence is really a house of cards. Remember the story of the emperor's new clothes? All it takes is a few voices to summon the courage to speak out, and the spiral of silence collapses. Today I want to invite you to join us at the Colson Center for a very special weekend. Help us break the spiral of silence. From March 30th through April 1st here in Lansdowne, Virginia, just outside of Washington, we're holding the 2012 Wilberforce Weekend Conference, and it's entitled Break the Spiral of Silence. We've got a great lineup of speakers for you. Timothy George, Dean of Beeson Divinity School, Maggie Gallagher, co-founder of the National Organization of Women, Dr. Robbie George of Princeton, and one of the truly great Christian minds in America, Eric Metaxas, author of the brilliant biography of Dietrich Bonhoeffer, and Jennifer Roback Morse, popular author and founder of the Ruth Institute. Yeah, and I get to speak as well. And as part of the weekend, we'll present the amazing Johnny Erickson Tata with our annual William Wilberforce Award. Folks, this is going to be a fabulous weekend of teaching, learning, encouraging, and strategizing. Together, we can break the spiral of silence, especially when it comes to religious freedom, sanctity of human life, and the defense of traditional marriage. We hope to create a movement that the media and the loud voices of intolerance no longer will be able to ignore or shout down. Please go to wilberforceweekend.org to learn more about our Break the Spiral of Silence conference, and then join us the weekend of March 30th. Again, that's wilberforceweekend.org. This is Chuck Colson with this week's 2-Minute Warning.